I'm gonna see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Let's roll and go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard
You good?
You too, baby?
Because at the same time I heard it, I looked over at them and both their eyes was like,
it was 10 feet from
That had some mass to it.
Everything out here wants to bite you or eat you. If anything goes wrong in there and it becomes a every man for themselves situation,
The magnetic field on the tri-field meter maxed out.
I've never had that ever happen on my GPS.
just like that. And that's the angle that it hit. This is the first time this equipment has ever made it out here. What you are looking at,
that was 10 feet away.
That came from the whoop. And you noticed it happened right after I said, okay, it's time we need to go. And then literally seconds it happened. Yeah.
yeah.
Usually the knocks will come ahead of you if they occur. So
I just remember Sunday being your left going in, it should be on your right or over your head coming out.
yeah, so we want to generally follow about 100. Generally speaking, when you pull your compasses out, we want to be on about 160.
Your asthma.
Yeah, the azimuth, we want, generally speaking, about 170 degrees as our heading. 165, 170 degrees as we keep. So as we keep punching, if you pull out your stuff, look at it, just make sure we're still heading on about 165 to 170 degrees. Because the target area is pretty long. The target area is about, you know, like I said, about 300 or 400 yards. So, so you don't have to have your GPS constantly running is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So to just save your batteries. Because I won't run my GPSs constantly out here. I'll pull my phone out and get my heading, you know, because that'll save battery power a lot more. So let me get my stuff.
Tim T in Florida, and I'm from right here in Central Florida, actually Winter Haven. I'm about an hour away from here, a little over an hour.
okay.
Bud, go by BF Bud on YouTube. Southern Ohio, from Southern Ohio. About 14-hour drive.
Joey, on YouTube, Florida Lone Wolf, and I'm from this area. I've lived in Tampa most of my life. I just moved up here about 10 years ago.
Chris Rainer from Connecticut, down here visiting.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Chris Connor. I am from Arbondale, Florida, and so yeah, we're getting ready to hit this swamp. And I've never been back up in there ever before, so it's gonna be all new. This is all gonna be new stuff. Everything, there's none of us have been in there before at all. So when we parked here, we had heard some stuff in there already, like a crash type walking sound. You know, it could be animals, just the same, but nonetheless, we heard something right there as soon as we got here. So the target area is this 168 elevation thing. There should be no reason for anything to be 168 feet out here at all. And on Google Earth, it looks like it's like a tubular looking ridge of some sort. It varies between 160 feet to 168 feet is the peak. So that's what we're going to go look for to see if it really is something out there or not. To get out of here, make sure you're saved in there, and so you have a waypoint to get out of this place. Generally speaking, we're going to go in there single file. That's probably the safest way to go. If the first man hits a snake, whatever the case may be, that's the reason why we try to stay single file. Try to stay in single file as best as you can. If anything goes wrong in there and it becomes a every man for themselves situation, do the best you can to make sense of whatever's going on. Get out of there and run north. Okay, keep going north. You're going to hit this roadway. You might not be at the spot where the trucks are at, but you'll at least be out of the swamp and you'll be on the roadway right here, and then you can decide if you need to move left or right or whatever, but head north. So if all else fails, north is the way out. So that's pretty much going to be it. If you got anything, if anybody has an injury along the way, hey, heads up, stop the team. Drink along the way. We will be making some stops along the way, and keep hydrating up. And I think we'll be fine. I think we'll reach that target area in probably under an hour, is what I would expect. So it's pretty dry, and so I don't think we'll have a problem with wetness. We should be good. Okay. Snakes. That's the most dangerous hazard out here is moccasins. If there is water on the ground, avoid it. Everything out here wants to bite you or eat you. Everything. Don't sit on the ground. Don't touch the ground. If you got to bend down and do anything at all, watch where your hands are going. It could be a moccasin there just the same. Treat all water sources. Anything that you see that's wet and water as subject for water moccasins to be there in that area. So be very careful with that. We don't want any snake bites, okay? All right, so if anybody get the EBGBs or anybody get hit somehow and you don't feel right, my general rule has always been, if one person feels like they got to get up out of there, we all leave, okay? All right, we all leave. That's safer to be that way.
You
all
just
right.
hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Any questions? No questions? Okay, let's go.
It looks like an old gator, dude.
Well, hopefully it's an old gator then.
Now, with the way it looks, he's probably moved on by now.
Right there in all that sand, is there any tracks?
Lucky for us, it's fairly dry, because we'd be doing a water obstacle right now.
There's nothing recent, but something that's been going right through here into it.
Does it look easier to go up through there? It's a little shallower there, I think.
Yeah.
This is a little steeper, although it's don't look too bad here. Lean forward. Watch for snakes. Y'all see that Mylar balloon? Y'all see that Mylar balloon?
Ground feels very hollow. Yeah, see, there's a Mylar balloon out there. I'm gonna go around it. You see how all this stuff right here is unique and it's all pushed down and died right up in here. And the rest of the stuff is green, but right here it's all pushed down and dead. Normally urine makes stuff green.
Yeah.
It's like another world in here, ain't it? That looks really neat. Look at this. Look at that. Looks like a hand. Yeah. Oh, this is one of you guys. Who's doing that? Who's doing that? crawling.
Something bounced off a tree.
Got the slingshot? Got the slingshot? I got it. Someone get my slingshot out and use it. Pull my slingshot out. It's in my pockets. No, in the water pockets. Alright, I got pellets in there, so someone get the slingshot and shoot it that away.
I want to swing it, so I'm not gonna. Joey, you can swing it.
You're ready to go to be the slingshotter.
I can give it up.
Yeah. So does that mean you're the most expendable right now? Yeah, you gotta shoot more than one.
Yeah, Reinhardt thought he heard something thrown, hit the tree beside him. So we're going to take a slingshot and shoot something back through the woods here.
He's gonna try to get it through the canopy as best he can in that general direction. Don't pull that thing way back.
That didn't work.
Those little balls, you can barely hear them. Usually when you use marbles, you can hear them, buddy. We'll go check that out right there, straight ahead. Got some, there's two of them going on. I just don't, you know, I don't want to, can everybody leapfrog this, but no problem? Just be careful. Oh, there's a lower spot there. There's your water level right there. Does it look natural? They're all pointing one general direction.
Look at a little gate right there blocking it right off.
Like a corral, kind of, maybe. Well, you got this one going this way. That one's going that way. That one's going that way. And this came this way. So you have a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it, where like natural forces were opposite each other.
Might be like a world where the current.
Like a vortex or a swirl. And there's stuff on the ground too. So I guess we'll just punch through this and have a look at it.
Amazing how they just fall into things.
Yeah, ain't it though? How that happened like that? Like it's been placed there?
Yeah, right in the crook.
Knowing it though? It looks like it's just placed there.
Yeah,
Very convenient.
it does.
So let me look for the root ball real fast. Okay, I think that's been toted there. Yeah. I don't think I see a root ball there. I mean, does anybody think they can see a root ball there?
Nope, but I mean, with the water being that level and everything.
It could have floated. Yeah, water could have floated.
It's a killer.
Definitely no root ball.
Yeah, I don't think there's a root ball there, so either the water dispersed it there, moved it, or... Huh? Yeah, we noticed that it landed in like a perfect notch. Anything else? Anything anybody can observe? You got some bows going on, some bends.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on in this area. If you look at it, a lot of stuff's going on in this area. Look at this. You got an X right there. Where at? Well, get that slingshot out. Get that slingshot out and. Yep.
Straight out in front of Tim. Straight out in front of me.
Yeah.
Down off the, flew down off, anyway, we went behind that tree line there.
This area seems to be busy.
Anybody go
I think you're right about the marbles.
I'm not getting any EMF. I'm not getting any kind of signal on EMF going off. You know, and you know, guys, I've been toting my Zoleo the whole time. All right, the Zoleo's been transmitting all this time.
I got my tri-field on. It's just reading baseline on the.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Radio
That
frequency.
Zoleo is transmitting.
Uh-huh.
So you can pretty much rest assured if that freaking meter starts to scream,
Mhm.
what was that just now? When I was talking way off that away.
That was a gunshot.
Yeah, it was something. But if them meters start screaming, I don't think it's going to be the Zoleo, because the Zoleo is transmitting every 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you see anything else? I mean, this area does seem to be busy.
I didn't hear nothing either. Just something, looked like it flew off the tree, jumped over the tree, just something ducked behind the tree. Just caught a real quick glimpse. Almost looked like it over that tree, and that tree right behind it looked.
Okay, see, I see one going that way,
Yeah.
this way, and there's one behind it.
Yeah.
So generally that area then, back that way.
Right between here and then
Mm-hmm.
that horizontal tree looked, it just between this first tree, the horizontal tree, and then that tree right
Yeah.
there, just right in that little gap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just quick. I don't know what it was. I heard four.
So what landed there was a
I don't know.
stick of some sort?
Something. I heard it hit my boot.
Okay, so the trajectory says it.
Came right from this.
The trajectory says it was thrown.
Oh, it's wrong. It didn't come from above. At least I don't think so. No, because it came in. You seen it come in, right, bud? It came in like this.
Yeah, I heard it too.
But we don't see anything. Well,
No, I know that.
Well, hold on. Let me get out of my physical.
I couldn't even tell you what it
Let me
was.
get out. Let me get out of my physical mentality right now. So we didn't see anything. So this is an interesting little spot right here. Oh, and you know what? Wasn't that the direction the bud said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like 4 footsteps.
Did you hear that in back of us? Did you hear the knockback? Whoa! What was that?
That was
Oh, he's
Joey.
throwing it.
That was Joey. Let me get this waypoint real fast.
The bud heard footsteps from right back there.
Hot one. Duck. What are you gonna play? Portal?
I would recommend for everybody to leave their equipment running, especially when we start playing these sounds.
I'm gonna do the bull roar real quick again.
See,
I ain't going mine yet. I got
What? No.
it in my backpack.
What is it? What is it doing?
Oh, it went away.
You don't even know how to get there, or what it is.
No. I just turned it on and
It's
it was
like it's
on
got
there.
3 apps going at once.
Joey,
It's
when
all
you turn the
3
phone on,
different
you have to
levels.
push numbers to open it.
It's like he's got an app, and then he's got an app in the middle,
You
and
have
then
to
he's got a
push
blank
numbers
at
to
the top.
unlock your phone.
No.
Okay.
We got it on film.
mine's doing.
Yeah, he got it. All I did was got it out, hit the screen to turn it on, and that was on there. Never seen it before in my life.
All right, so let's do this. Let's play the drums, the Indian drums.
Okay.
Before we do that, everybody get ready and keep your equipment running. This gets loud, guys. I'll let it run for about a minute. Or I can do the Skinwalker Ranch thing, but I'll do the drums first. All right, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
1.6 gig. We'll let that rip. Here we go. There's a lot of signals going on out here.
When I first turned my meter on the magnet, it went to 82.3 and jolted back down. 82.3 and then
Wow, it's very active out here on the spectrum. Yeah. It's even more active than at my house.
Would it pick up all our gear we got running?
No, you got nothing running in gigahertz out here. It's set for the 1.6 gigahertz. It's set, let's see. $1601, $1599, $1607. I mean, it's just all over the place. Look at that. I would expect I mean, it just seems to be very active. Let's play the drums one more time. See what we get.
See what it does.
Yeah.
Frequency. It's all based upon trying to establish some type of contact or communication using frequencies. And the drum circle has a very hypnotic resonance to it that, you know, cycles with the constant beating and things like that with the drum. And also when they had seen when they brought these guys up on the ranch out there in Utah, they had that portal looking spiral thing out there on top of the mesa started to glow. And so that's pretty much the reason why we're trying to do this. But I'll play it one more time, and we're going to see if the meters.
Want to just talk about the meter real quick before you?
Yeah, this is a spectrum analyzer. It's set for 1.6 gigahertz right now. So anything that bounces around the 1.6 gigahertz is what we're interested in, and that's what's common amongst other location areas in North America that we're finding the high strangeness at. So it's very active in and around the 1.6 right now. So anything that's running like I would say above 1610 we'll discard, because that's getting close to the iridium network, and the iridium network runs at around about 1612 if I remember right, on up to about 1625. Now I say 16, but I mean, you know, 1 point is what we need, 1.6 gigs. So we're going to play the drum again and see if anything changes on the spectrum analyzer.
what, guys? We're gonna get a base reading with this. We're gonna pull out of this swamp when we get ready to leave.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see if this thing is just as active away from here.
Okay.
Because the activity here should be the same. Whether I go 2 miles away or whatever. Yeah. Very active. Way more active than even at my house. I didn't expect to see that.
Where's it at?
But hold on, check this out.
I hear your ticks are
The
going.
GPS says the elevation is 197 feet.
Here?
That can't be.
Right here where we're at?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah, it is.
There's no way.
It says 196, 97 feet.
If anything, we went down from the road.
Yeah, from Australia.
Yep. They make bigger ones, but
Pretty cool.
This says 90 feet, 100 feet. But this isn't running by GPS. This is running by GPS. Okay, so let me point them both south.
either a knife or a gunshot they came from there.
All right, see, check this out. We got a little bit of a mismatch going on. Look where south is pointing here, and look where I'm facing south here. All right, I'm facing south here. The GPS has south going there.
That one has it.
Yeah,
That
so
way.
y'all got compass? Anybody got a compass or a phone to verify?
And it says, one says 190 feet and the other one says 90.
Yeah, this says 110 feet. This is more I would believe is the elevation's correct, but this is going by topography. They ain't going by GPS.
Okay.
This is going by GPS.
Satellite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the elevation on GPS, according to the topo maps, is incorrect. We shouldn't be at 196
No, if
feet.
anything, we went down from the road, I'm guessing, ain't we?
Yeah, we'd be down lower, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, 120 feet seems to be 110 feet or so. But yeah, this is off. This is south.
Pointing that way.
That is south right there. Let's see, right about there. And this is south here.
Pointing that way.
My
South-
compass is with your
Yeah,
phone,
south is pointing on one device this way, and south is pointing one device that way.
What's your compass say, Tim?
Mine says south is that way,
Okay.
just like Chris's phone is.
Yeah, because your phone is not using GPS. It's using it's it's a magnetic. It's
Yeah.
has its own gyro thing inside of it.
Mhm.
But this is using GPS.
Yeah, GPS. Yeah.
So I'll do it like this. I'll point this north, make it very easy.
Yeah.
All right, that's north.
Mine's lining up.
Oh, it's lining up now.
To north? No, check south.
Yeah.
again.
So let's make sure I get enough distance between the devices, so they don't. In other words, so the magnetism doesn't interfere.
Yeah.
The north seems to be, the north seems to be okay. So let's see.
They're both lining up north?
Yeah, so let's see. Maybe they were just too close together. That is due south. Yeah, and that's
Okay.
still a little off. It's still, south is still pointing that way.
Yep.
It's still a little off. So we have a little bit of a
Discrepancy.
discrepancy between the two devices.
Two compasses. Huh?
Yep.
Pointing that way and then
Yep. So but GPS wise, we generally got to go this direction still, 700 meters.
That can't be right. That's
It
half a mile.
says we got 35 minutes until we get there.
I mean, it was only half a mile from the road, remember? That's saying we still have half a
Yeah, it
mile.
was 1.1 K. 1.1 K is what it was.
I thought it was
Because
like
I have my GPS on metric on the distance.
Oh, okay.
This seems like a very busy area.
yeah, it does. Yeah.
So let me pull out my compass. Just for kicks and giggles, the old Lenzetic compass.
That's what I got.
Okay, spin, baby girl, spin. pointing north, which that's correct. North
Yeah.
was behind me. South, this way. So GPS south
Was off.
and the magnetic devices are different.
Yeah, different.
Yeah.
The phone and the compasses are all pointing that way.
Yeah, the phones and the compasses are pointing generally correct, but the GPS is not.
Yeah.
But remember, GPS coming from above. And it's not that dense.
No.
No,
It's not that
it's pretty open.
But I told everybody that my instruments were doing stupid stuff when I came in here years ago. And I decided to bail and abort and just don't do it. Does anybody want to do a waypoint on this spot? That way we can map it on a map later. Let's see. Anybody got a GPS out? Or I can tag it. I can tag mine. Hang on. Yeah, if you need water or whatever, get a water break. Because we'll be at our target in 30 minutes.
Okay.
It's not too much longer. What time is it? 7:42.
Devices we were using, we would have never known.
Uh-uh.
And
All right.
now-
So
now you can put one and one together.
So what we're seeing right now is that we're all coming to the conclusion that we feel that the activity is pretty much over with and done. And let's see, make sure we don't stick near anything metal. There's south. There's south right there. And so both devices are pretty much in sync right now. With
Except
south.
elevation's about
Yeah,
seven,
with
7, 8
south.
foot difference.
Yeah, 110 feet.
117.
Well, they're in line now.
Yeah.
They're in line now.
Perfect.
Did you notice that? The elevation is in line now on both devices.
Yeah. Wow.
Ain't that something? Wow. Then I'm going to explain to a little bit of the high strangeness along with physical things. Joey had some confusion or some misbehavior going on with his phone. Chris says something came flying in on him and landed near his foot, and I said, did it have trajectory to it? And you said, yes, it did. The trajectory came from my side. It came from this general direction. So what we had when we went into this area, when we first discovered it, we saw this area, what I call, it looked busy, which means a lot of stuff going on, a lot of destruction going on with the physical surroundings that we have here. So we decided to drop the gear and start doing more testing. So the compass reading and the phone reading, and we had physical compasses also, the lensetic compass. They were crisscrossed in the readings. And we think they were we thought the variance was a little bit more in the beginning, and then we measured it in the end, it was like 12 degrees difference or something like that's what they had. So we had some type of a magnetic anomaly of some sort, and also we had GPS misbehavior also in this area as well. The GPS was saying we was at 197 feet, and we know we're not at 197 feet. Now the interesting thing I find is that when we all thought it was kind of said and done and over with, hearing the movement and things like that, I took out the phone and I took out the GPS, and we checked them one more time. All right, the GPS and the phone were aligned correctly again. Both devices could point in line, and we pointed them to south. And the compass and GPS was pointing along the same azimuth, pretty much the same, maybe within a degree tolerance. Not like it was before. So the magnetic disturbance and the GPS disturbance that we were encountering has come back to normal now. And it seems like it has stopped. So this is what I'm pointing out to people when I say to people that pay attention to what's going on around you in the EMF. And magnetic signals and things like this is all part of the EMF structure. Pay attention to what's going on around you. You will have physical things going on. You will have these physical things going on along with the EMF things, the high strangeness things. There's no way on this earth that you can tell me that Chris said that thing was tossed in on him. There's no way 5 guys could not miss something physically here that would have been close enough to throw it in on them. There's no way. No way to happen. So was that, whatever it was that not visible to our eyes? Was it invisible? Did whatever it was, did it just magically have, was it able to throw through all this environmental tree structure and land right on the money without even hitting any single object from what, 40 yards away?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So this is what I find that is so fascinating about this study. This stuff right here. And you have more people to encounter it. And they're able to see it with their own eyes. And that is the beauty of this. I love it.